Representatives are speaking out following a recent vote which would ban assault rifles.
Many of our members are calling it a gun grab. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp has more.
On a mostly party-line vote,
the yeas are 217, the nays are 213. The bill is passed.
The House passed a bill called the Assault Weapons Ban of 2022. The bill prohibits the sale, manufacture, transfer, or import of various semi-automatic assault weapons, semi-automatic pistols, and semi-automatic shotguns, or a large-capacity ammunition feeding device. Following the recent mass shootings in Uvalde, Texas, and Buffalo, New York, there's been a push for more gun control, and Democrats have been eyeing this kind of legislation for a while. At one point in our history, the U.S. did have an assault weapons ban, but that ban had a sunset provision, meaning that it expired in 2004. Since then, Congress has not had enough votes to continue that ban.
When you look at what they're trying to do with this legislation is they're trying to take away a Second Amendment right.
Pennsylvania congressional members Fred Keller, Glenn Thompson, and Mike Kelly all voted no on this legislation. Kelly says this was yet another attempted gun grab by House Democrats. He released a statement following the vote, saying in part, quote, "This bill unnecessarily restricts the right of hunters and sportsmen rather than targeting violent criminals." Keller adds that instead of this legislation, Congress should focus on other issues.
They could be working on energy independence, lowering inflation, lowering the cost of gas, which would give us more economic independence. And they're not doing that. They're concerned about changing the narrative to something else. Quite frankly, the Americans want to keep their rights, their constitutional rights.
At the Capitol, Rachel Knapp reporting.
And last month, Congress passed one of the most significant gun pieces of legislation that we've seen in decades. It included a waiting period for people younger than 21 years old to get a gun, closing loopholes